Hello mates, in this video we will deep dive into Fluent's architecture. We will compare classes with inheritance and the Structs with protocols. We will also improve like the couple things from one of the articles I found. This article already, I believe, was done like for some amount of years, as I say, like 2021. So we will deep dive in that and then try to do like a couple cool things as we usually do. So this is articles with I hope I will pronounce it right at the name Majid, and he's explaining like if you have a classes, as we usually most of us do, like the classes with inheritance. That's how we can improve it, right? So even though if we go through the code, of course, stuff like that, it should be wrapper, this should be wrapper. So this is for email, this is for password, this is wrapper when I do something, this is going to be then I assert, right? So yeah, most of the stuff should be also like wrappers. But let's go to the protocols, which is like really cool. You create a protocol where it says like each each object, each struct which will conform to the screen should have this guy, and it's right here. Also, we don't need initializer just because it's in struct can initialize by default, which is cool. um, this is also, by the way, outside of the like sort of UI testing stuff. This is like sort of tricky part when you create not the cases but you create like static let to avoid calling raw value. Like some benefits, yes, no. If you need to iterate through the enums, probably better put like the usual cases, but that's still very much cool. Also, couple things, right? I see here. So in the with the struct versus classes, he did create like the wrappers functions for like type email, type login, expecting error, type login, type password, etc. But all elements, when he initialized them, they are inside the function. What if we want to still have like some flexibility? Because like email, uh, let's say, okay, it's email field. Probably can do like a lot of different things with the email field. Maybe like not just like the type there, maybe like add something else. Um, and also to sort of use that function, I have to pass ID for element inside, which is also I'm not sure it's like can be like this way. This is a really cool one when you in a chaining way, since it's a fluent architect, right? One method's chaining to another and returning self. Uh, it's probably going to be all of them like discardable result. And this is like really cool one when you tap and then, or like when you navigate somewhere and then you have a message screen. So it's like the next screen where you navigate. But probably here I will add like some type safe stuff or so. So let's say after tapping we're like transitioning to message screen. So after that it makes sense to take some unique element from message screen like title or so. As I said, it should be unique and assert existence of that element. So after that return the type, so it will be like maybe like message does whatever, assert existence or so. Maybe like that assert existence should be also put it on the protocol, maybe adding some generics to there. I will might create another video specifically to improve like navigation part. But yeah, that's like the everything really cool. And then let's see, we have last one is like the verify message. Um, so in order to, let's say, just call it from here, let's say we say login screen dot message dot and what do we do here? Verify message. Technically, we're passing string. We're trying to create element with that string, which is like probably will fail if something changed. So better approach going to be here is like create element with ID and make sure that the element exists with that ID, and then make sure that the message. So maybe use the XCT assert equal that message equal to expected message. In that case, it can be two different assertions. But if we're gonna call, if we're gonna like initialize this element outside of the method, and then we're gonna call it, let's say login screen dot message dot assert existence, and then login screen dot message. Well, in that case, chain will be broken, so we can really chain together login screen dot message dot something dot message dot something else, whatever. So for this purpose, we will play a little bit with key path. So we will use like the key path, and if you don't know, the key path in the Swift is a type safe way to reference properties of an object without directly accessing them. Gonna show you like how to do this stuff. So we're pretty much familiar right now with the article. So let's jump into and see. So we're looking on the example. Extensions, you probably know like how to use extensions, why they need it, but technically we have like a two simple one. Just for example, it's assert existence and assert text. We're gonna use them later on for error message, or like for whatever we will assert here. You have a class, UITest screen, sort of the base. So all other home screen, feed screen, profile screen, they inherited from the UITest screen. So that's way we are sending their sending their XUI application needed for like any other actions. Cool. You see we have home screen has like the couple objects. We use this way to return self in order to chaining one method to another method. So that's our classes, screens, page objects, whatever better for you to call them, like be my guest. Also, it might be views, whatever. Then you have another base class. It's a UITest runner, where you like initialized that app. So in that case, you will have only one instance of the app, and you will just passing it again and again and again and again. And then you can do like setup and a tear down, which is like pretty much fine, as usual. So for that, you have like the UITest runner hub, where you initialize all those classes, and then you're using them, sort of chaining them, right? Which is like pretty much like regular stuff. So let's say on the home screen, I also have the title, and I would like to like assert existence of that title, and after that, well, this is like the different title. So after that, I can really chaining title in this case. So I will have to do call class one more time, again put title, set title, compare with something like this. And that's already not so nice, because in that case, let's say if I also want to do something for context, so I will have to say home screen that context assert existence, and also home screen context assert text, which is already not really fluent. I mean, we chain it somehow, but probably key word here is like this somehow. It's not that we like just chaining and chaining and chaining. So for that purpose, we will use the key path. So let's say what was changed for struct. So again, this playground is about how class looks like. Let's go to struct. Again, same extensions, nothing really changed here. You have a protocol, and we extend this protocol with this nice stuff, which we will talk a little bit later about it. Let me maybe make it a little bit, just a little bit zoom in. So what's the difference for our screen objects if you want to transition from migrate from the classes and inheritance to structs and protocols? Syntax is pretty much same, but now we say it's not the parent and child. Now we say it should conform. conform to protocol, and to conform, I have to add to each page object, and that in our case it's classes, structs add let with the XUI application. That's actually it, what I need. Then we can really use any more. Let me show you in a parallel. Actually, let me do like this tricky picky way. So in that case, we can use like lazy var, but what we can use, can I, all right. So what we can use our computed properties, which actually doing this pretty much same thing, at least for sake of the UI tests. So in that case, you can say that, hey, variables initialized outside of the methods, because in the post, in the article, all elements was initialized inside the methods, which was like sort of wrappers. We can do the same way, but we can do like, we can avoid that and having elements being initialized or like created outside of the methods. So that's sort of the way, right? How it can be called, right? If I want to do like something with title, similar as here, right? So again, KeyPath is the way when we can call all the pass properties of an object without the directly calling it. So that's what this thing doing here. We're passing the KeyPath with some like the generic magic out inside, and we have a closure, and the closure inside will contain that element, and we call like the self KeyPath, and we're passing that like KeyPath. How it works? Technically, right now, instead of having that, you can do a home screen. That then I assert elements on screen, which is really cool. So here you're just passing any of the elements, let's say title, right? You close it, you close all this stuff. Let me see if it do the thing. It's not really. So you're closing that, and then you have your closure. You open closure. That's where like the sort of like the magic happens. So you say like, I will do a bunch of the different stuff, and they will be all chaining with the title. So assert existence, assert text, did that, and then like I do like the same thing for what else we have there. So in that case, it's really cool. It shows you like each elements you have inside there. So let's say it's like for the context, I also can do stuff like that. So this is really cool one. Again, it's a little bit another topic, but if you prefer to not just like create tone of the different elements here, like more and more and more, because usually like the home screen has a bunch of the stuff, but you're also combining them to the struct sort of test wrappers, and those like wrappers will contain a bunch of the different elements. You also might have like the bunch of the different returns, and that's like the really cool way how to sort of test that and keep like with the fluent. Because right now, let's say I don't know what we have there. It's like the also it's like sort of it's keep chaining, because what do we have there? We have sort elements. Well, yeah, let's go with this one. Then we keep chaining with navigate to movie, whatever, and then we keep chaining and chaining, which is like really cool one. So again, that's the example how to transition from classes to protocols. Pretty easy one. And then that's like the example how you can use the KeyPath to call to pass the property of the object without the direct calling it, and do all this like nice stuff and keep chaining your tests. And about smart navigation, as I said before, let me actually bring it back. Here, when we navigate, when we return not the cell, but we return the instance of the another class, and then we put it here. So instead of that, or sort of additions to that, makes sense to also assert screen. And I might show it like the next time how to work with that. But as I just said, instead of having this wrapper here, you might have element outside of the method, and then you can just like sort of keychain that and test it. Also, since it was extension for a protocol which each page object conform, this is available for any UI test screens, so you can uh, get access to any of the elements and doing anything with them if it needed from the test without the adding too many wrappers for that. All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time.